Hello and welcome back to my channel Inspire with Anushka. Guys, without doing any delay, I wanted to start the today's topic because uh, in the previous one the videos are going so long and it is very difficult. I have just started the making of the videos because I want that in the less time you have I tried to give you the more knowledge or the more things related to the topic and which are the exact things which you have to know with the topic or from the topic. So leaving all this side speech or this all this side talks, let's start the topic. The today's topic is acid rain, which is an invisible threat to our global world or to the whole globe. So let's start the acid rain. We have seen that the oxides of the sulfur and nitrogen are important gaseous pollutants of the air. These oxidants are produced mainly by the combustion of fossil fuels. You have already known with that. Smelters, power plants, automobiles, exhausts, domestic fires, etc. You all are well known with this. These oxides are swept up into the atmosphere and can travel 1000 kilometers. The longest they stay in the atmosphere, the most likely they are to be oxidized into the acid. Sulfuric acid and nitric acids are the two main acids which then dissolve in the water in the atmosphere and falls to the ground as the acid rain. So these may remain in the atmosphere in the clouds and fogs. Acidification of the environment in the man-made phenomenon, and the acid rain is in fact a cocktail of the H2SO4 and HNO3, that is hydrogen sulfide and hydrogen nitride, and the ratio of the two may depend on the relative quantity of the oxides of the sulfur and nitrogen which is emitted. So on an average 60 to 70% of the acidity is arrived due to the H2SO4 and 30 to 40% because of the HNO3. So the acid rain problem has dramatically increased due to the industrialization, burning of the fossil fuels and power generation, combustion to almost 60 to 70% of the total sulfur dioxide emission in the globe. Emission of nitrous oxide from anthropogenic sources ranges between the 20 to 90 million tons annually over the globe. Acid rain have assumed the global ecological problem because oxides travel a long distance and during their journey in the atmosphere they may undergo the physical or chemical transformation to produce more hazardous products. So acid rain is may be very hazardous to us because the limits of the concentration of sulfur oxide and nitrous oxide is increased is more which is necessary. So acid rain creates complex problem and their impacts are far reaching. They increase the soil acidity. This affects the flora and fauna, causes the acidification of the lakes and streams, thus affects the aquatic life also. So affecting the crop production and human health. Beside this, they also damage the buildings, monuments, status, bridges, fences and railings, etc. So students, these are the side effects or the bad effects which acid rain can create or harm to us. Okay, so the British Parliament building also suffered damage due to the H2SO4 rain due to the acidity level of the heavy metal as aluminum, manganese, zinc, calcium, lead and copper in the water increased beyond the safe limit. So first, pollution have decreases the tremendously and there are death of salmon, toad, etc. The fishless areas or the lakes are now fish graveyards. So many bacteria and blue-green algae are killed due to the acidification of the water, thus disturbing the ecological balance. In the western Germany, nearly 8% of the forest dies and nearly 18 million acres of the forest are critically affected by the acid rain. Forests in the Switzerland, Netherlands have also been damaged because of the acid rain. Nutrients as calcium, magnesium, potassium have been leached away from the soil by these acids. So acid rain are great threat to the British environment and the whole world. We cannot, it is not bounded to a country or to any limited areas, because the pollution which is present in air now, this travels several meters or kilometers away. So acid rain are carried away by the privileged wind to elsewhere where precipitation takes place. Thus oxides may be produced at one place and this affects somewhere else. So the two such victims are the Canada and Sweden. Canada gets acid rain from the petrochemicals unit of the North America. Heavy winds picked up acid rain from the factories in the British and French and Sweden. Equally grim are the acid rains in the Norway, Denmark and Germany. It is said that 90% of the acid rain of the Norway and 75% of the Sweden are due to the deflect rain oxides. So acid rain are thus becoming a major pollutant issue. Though acidity of the rainwater is yet to be adequately monitored, developing countries like ours may soon have to face the acid rain problem. The acid rain is fast spreading to the developing world, where tropical solids are even more vulnerable than those of the European. It appears that the acid rain problem is one of the able of the India and industrial areas in the pH value of the rainwater below or close to the critical value has been recorded in the New Delhi, Nagpur, Pune, Mumbai and Kolkata. This is due to the sulfuric dioxide for the coal based power plants in the nearby areas. According to a sudden made air monitoring section, the average pH value of the acid rain at Kolkata is 5.80, Hyderabad 5.73, Chennai 5.83 and in Delhi it is the most one, that is 6.21 and Mumbai 4.80. The situation may even worse in the future due to the increase in the installation of the thermal power plants by the NTPC and consequent increase in the coal consumption. According to the estimation, total emission of the sulfur dioxide in India from the fossil fuels burning has increased from 1.38 million tons in the 1966 to 3.20 million tons in 1979, a 21% increase as the compared to the corresponding increase in only 8.4 in the USA. So during the same period, thus it is urgent need for the proper regular monitoring to provide timely warning about the acidification of our environment, because we have nowadays seen the example of the Taj Mahal because its white marble are getting somewhat yellowish because of the plant which is or the industry beside or backward to the Taj Mahal, which has been creating a sulfur level which is of yellowish color to the marbles of the Taj Mahal. So this is affecting our monuments also, and it's a most common example which we can observe with ourselves also. So acidification is not visible to us, but it is really affecting our environment, and look how hazardous it will become if the concentration will increases more and more in our country or in the countries which are lying beside us or which are connected with us, because it's a air pollution. It can travel a long distance. So guys, this is all about the today's topic. Hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you have liked this video, then please press the like button, share it with your friends and subscribe my channel. Please don't miss to put the comment. I will waiting for that. Thank you so much for watching.